All right, we're gonna start our morning meeting. Second lean morning meeting. You guys got lucky yesterday. You got to miss it,
Okay.
because you didn't get to hear my whole spew. But we're gonna do an after action report. Have you guys ever heard of that? I actually learned it from Joint Forces here. Jesse Sluter told me about that. The after action report is what was supposed to happen, what actually happened, what we can improve, and what we did well. So we'll go over that at the end. We're gonna go over the the 8 lean waste things that we got to look for. Right? We talked about that yesterday. Anybody remember any of them?
What was it? Don't overproduce. What was it?
All right, don't
One was
overproduce.
the
Time. It's all good. It's all good. What about you?
¿Qué las tengo?
All right. No worries. That's why we're all gonna by the end of our careers, we're gonna know it like the back of our hand. Actually, there's a new spot on the back of my hand. You gotta pay attention every day. That's why we're gonna go over this every day. Eventually, you guys, like I told you yesterday, you two guys, you guys are gonna say this, and you guys are gonna do this meeting, just kind of like we do a safety meeting, same thing. So number 1 is inventory, excess product, material not being processed. We got a ton of inventory at the yard, right, guys? Ton of shit, and we had an incident yesterday. That ton of shit missed Roman's head by an inch, huh, Roman? And we're not following the 10, and we talked about we're having our hard hats on. I mean, you know that 10-foot gate? We were leaving already, and it was my fault, I threw a digging bar. It hit the bottom of the gate, and it just swung. And he was in the path, and I don't know, well, because we were leaving, he stepped back a second, and that little step back, it just brushed your leg, all right? But dude, it came down, it's 10 foot tall. It just came down like slammed hard. Anyways, we'll talk about that more, about safety. Talent, unused people's talents, skills, and knowledge. We talked about that. We mentioned it last week that, we should write that down by Friday and kind of talk about that. Number 3 is waiting, loss of time till the next step. You guys know what that means. If you're just waiting because you don't have the material, because somebody's in the way, many things. Number 4 is motion, unnecessary movements by people. When you walk around, and you don't know, I do this a lot. I walk around, and then I'm like, what was I gonna get? What was I looking for? I do that a lot. So, and the reason I'm telling you guys these things is because what we want to learn is to see them when it's happening. To see it when, oh shoot, I did that. Oh shit, I did that. I'm like, I walked it, and I shouldn't have gone there. I made a joke yesterday. Defects. Number 5 is defects. Rework, scrap, incorrect info. We're going to be working on all defects today. Defense is going to be working on defects. Today at Joint Forces, what we're doing is a punch list. And punch lists essentially are defects, right? We did not meet the customer's expectations, and he said, or she said, do it again. Oh, you're not going to get paid till you do it again. So defects is number 5. You guys aren't going to forget defects. Tomorrow you're going to remember defects, Anthony, because defense and defects, it's right there. All right? But let's not associate those two things. We're going to try to get rid of that, right? Transportation, unnecessary movement of product and materials. We talked about that yesterday. I was trying to do something that we shouldn't have done, and then I made a mistake yesterday. I moved some material, right? I got some 2 3/8 posts and some 2 7/8 because we did a last minute change to that job yesterday, which went really good, and we'll talk about that. Number 7 is over processing, more work or higher quality than needed by the customer, right? When he buys a type of latch and it's a standard latch, and then we say, you know what, let's give him a self-closing, higher grade mechanism, touch screen pad, all that stuff that you can do. So we don't do that. 8, overproduction. Production that is more than is needed before it is needed. Don't build it before they come. All right, so inventory, talent, waiting, motion, defects, transportation, over processing, over production. All right. I wanted to talk to you guys about 3Sing. You guys remember I mentioned 3Sing yesterday? That's
The
3Sing.
S's.
Yeah, 3S's. So 3Sing is the action of doing the 3S's. So what we're gonna do, as soon as we're done with our morning meetings, we're gonna sweep what we can, which is we can clean out all our trucks. There's two work trucks here and a Bobcat. That Bobcat, it looks like the inside of that bin. It's full of leaves, a bunch of crap. So we gotta clean that. Before we do anything today, we're gonna clean the Bobcat. We're gonna clean the front and the beds of the trucks. If there's materials and tools or anything in those things, we're gonna sort them. A place for everything and everything in its place, right? And number 3S is standardize, which means we gotta create labels. I'm gonna get a label maker for each one of you guys. Or there's gonna be one in every truck. As soon as you see something that should go somewhere, make a label, tag it. I don't care if there's the whole car looks like labels. The trucks, the Bobcat, any item, we can take the label off. We're trying something, we're gonna keep trying it, and we gotta standardize so that we realize, hey, anytime Andy goes to that truck or to any truck or to Bobcat or at the shop floor, where the stuff is at, so that we know. So that's what standardize. Sweep, sort, standardize. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna talk about our after action report, and then at the end we're gonna do something fun. I think fun. After action report for El Oro Elementary yesterday. What was supposed to happen? We were supposed to take down 210 feet. Everything's okay, guys. And I feel like something bad happened. A lot of good things happened. Really good things. It's my hidden talent. I can do the cricket sound. So what was supposed to happen? We're supposed to remove 210 feet and replace it with royal blue Privacy Max. We're supposed to paint all the posts, retie everything in the spacing that we all talked about. You weren't there when we talked about what we talked about for Privacy Max. It was 3. So every 3 full diamonds and then a tie. And Privacy Max diamonds are 5 inches wide. So that's 15 inches. So that would put us under the 16 inches. And we were going to do the same thing at the bottom for the hog rings. Is that what we talked about? What was supposed to happen is we were supposed to use 6-gauge galvanized tension wire on the bottom. We were supposed to use 9-gauge steel ties for all the fencing, or 6-gauge aluminum, which I think we use steel. And we're supposed to do all the makeups and make sure it was closed at the end of the day. That's what was supposed to happen. What actually happened? What actually happened? We got all that accomplished except for one thing, right? What was the one thing I mentioned? The black tension wire.
Oh.
So what we could have done to mitigate that is there was a loading day, which is the previous Friday, right? And
Yeah.
Roman and Andy. I missed telling you guys that there was tension wire, but you guys, I think, thought about it.
Yeah, because I called you about the turnbuckles.
The turnbuckles. So tension wire was in your mind, but at that time, we didn't communicate that there wasn't enough tension wire. So that's something we could have worked on that Friday. We had 8 hours to go locate it, and what actually happened is the day of, Roman drove to A&G Sales looking for the tension wire, and we had to improvise because they didn't have 6-gauge smooth tension wire. It's kind of a weird item. Only LAUSD asked for it, so we had to improvise with 6-gauge core black vinyl coated. It's better material, and it's safer for the kiddies. That's over production. No, that's over processing. Higher quality than the customer needs, right? There's where we can see where it happened. So that's what actually happened. The 3 of you guys actually put up the fence and did a good job at it, from what I could tell in the pictures. What can we improve? So this is where I'm going to ask you guys at. Like, I think I'm going to ask you this question, and you'll see if it happened. Because I haven't inspected it, so I have to go inspect that job. Did any of you guys, at the end of the day, inspect the whole job?
Yes.
You looked at it, Ricardo? You looked at everything? There's no ties, no hog rings missing. The paint looks good. There's no weird I paint areas where
Yeah.
the makeups are done, the bolts are all tight.
I checked this.
You checked it too?
Yeah.
Good.
I
Did you
check
check
on the
it?
outside, making sure that all the pieces of metal are picked up.
So you guys, did you
Just-
guys get
just
to
on-
walk?
on where you were, the last makeup, you did put the hog rings, right? The hog
Yes.
rings.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
asked me for pliers and hog rings.
Okay, so this is what we need to do the next time. So right now you just asked them about something. So before we guys take off, and I know you guys, we all want to leave. We want to go home and have the best part of our day is going home, right? But what you guys want to do, whoever's on any project, at the very end of the day, do a quick group together and say, all right, let's look at the job together, 100% together. We're all done. When you guys are all done, before you guys are going to jump in your vehicles, say, let's look at the job. Let's walk it together. And one of the things, especially LUSD, but any job, you want to sweep it, right? Another 3S. Make sure it's swept up. And by swept, I also mean like walking, making sure that 6 eyes or 8 eyes or 10 eyes or 4 eyes is better than 2 eyes. So you can look and say, oh, actually I did miss. Because I will probably go there. I know I'm going to go there. And we'll see if I find a piece of steel. Because so far, I have found a piece of steel every single time. But this is what we want to improve on. So these are things that I think we can improve on that particular job. I'll inspect it, and we'll do an additional after action report about that particular project. What we did well, a lot of things. I think you guys got the task that you guys had to do. You guys got it done, and in a timely fashion. You guys got all the shit done. When I got there at 10 a.m., when I had to take back the stuff, the whole fence was painted. Most of the top row was up except for the corner because we had that decision to make. So that was
The braces were up too.
The braces were up, and all the wire had been spread out. You guys were picking up the wire. So you guys, time frame wise, you guys were taking names and kicking ass, which I was very happy to see that progress you guys made. And at the end of the day, I got 12 pictures from him, which is excellent because that's a way of communicating. With all projects, most projects, when I turn it in to send an invoice, modern world that we live in, we email pictures. Hey, here's the job. Because the inspector too wants to be like, well, I can start the process of invoicing with the pictures. And since I know defense companies pretty good, because the people there are pretty good, we can start the process and I can go check later. Most of the time that's what happens. They trust us. So that's our after action report for El Oro. You guys performed the gold standard there, so it was good. You like that? So I want to do something fun or something goofy. I want to ask you guys 3 questions, and I'm gonna answer the 3 questions to get you guys started. One is the 3 questions are something you guys like about working here, something that bugs you about working here, and what would be on your wish list about working here. So I'm gonna start. What I like about working here is hanging out with you guys when we talk a little bit during lunch, joking, and I really enjoy some great conversations that I have with my customers. That's what I like about this job, and that's what I like about it. Something that bugs me, that really bugs me, is the mess that I create. That's what bugs me. The mess that caused an accident, or almost an accident, a close call yesterday. So that's what bugs me, the mess. What's on my wish list? I want a big steel building at our yard. Not just to store our stuff, but I want to have a Mexican futbolito table in there. I want to make a cool, creative, cool spot space so that, let's say you guys are at the yard or you come into the yard, you want to chill for an hour and hang out. That's what I want. I want cool, vibrant color. Outside industrial, inside cool, vibrant colors. So that's on my wish list. So we're going to start with our fearless leader, foreman, Ricardo. One thing you like about working here, to put you on the spot.
El jale,
You like the job.
the job.
That's good. The
Job,
action.
okay, you could actually just stand back and see what you did.
Okay. Cool. That's one thing I like too, actually. And you guys can cheat and take all his answers too. But you can
He's in a good mood.
one thing that bugs you. about working here?
The inspectors.
The inspectors. Okay. All right. The inspectors. You know, I'm gonna have a suggestion for that. So the way we're gonna make it a joy to deal with inspectors is we're gonna get our shit right, and then the inspectors are gonna be like, "Come over here, dude. Come take a look. Check out what I did." You're gonna feel good. And what's on your wish list?
Seguirle con el jale, que tengamos más jale.
Not more work.
More
Okay.
work, have
All
more
right.
work, but, you know, non-stop
Well, I'll
work.
talk to Santa Claus about that. I think that you haven't been naughty, so it's gonna be okay. One thing you like about working here, Roman?
Definitely a sense of accomplishment or completion after seeing a job done. You know what I mean? You see, like, kind of similar to what he said, but you know, when everything's done in its totality, you know what I mean? That is a fantastic feeling.
That is a good feeling. One
That
thing,
was really fancy.
yeah,
that
right.
was
He said the
mine.
same thing, but right. See, that's what happens when you go to college, guys. The pressure's on you, Anthony. You're gonna be the best for last. Okay, one thing that bugs you about working here, Roman?
When we can't find something, I think what was it? And that causes waste of time.
The organizational part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would be on your wish list about working here?
I think definitely like everything sorted inventory. That would make me the happiest.
All right.
Once we get that done.
Birds of a feather, huh? Like father, like son. Okay. Great answers, guys, so far. We'll see what Anthony's got. I'm curious to see what Anthony's got, but we're gonna go with Andy. What do you like about working? You're the newest member to the team,
So far, I like the jobs that we've gotten, and I like the employees. I get along with all the employees.
That's really good. I'm glad you said that. One thing that bugs you about working here?
Like Roman said, when you're doing a job and the job doesn't come out like you wanted it to, and like you miss something here, and like, but it's a learning experience.
Yes, it's a great opportunity. One thing that I've learned in my 46 years about being on this planet, and I've been working kind of since I was like 10. Every time I mess up, it's something great happens. It's crazy. It's weird. It's just how life has been. And what's on your wish list? Oh no, did I miss? No, I got
No,
you
you
got
got
your done. What's on your wish list? What do you wish for? I mean,
More
go
work.
crazy. Wish whatever
More
you
work.
want. More work. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Cool.
More work and shirts.
All right. Sure.
Shirts.
I can talk to Santa Claus about that. Yeah, shirts. What color shirts? Pink ones?
Yeah.
All right. All right. The best for last.
You're hyping me up and it's gonna be garbage.
No. It's it is what it is. Whatever it is, it's all good.
What was the first one? What I like about this?
What do you like about
enjoy
working?
the people that I work with. You know, a lot of times in construction, you get the people you work with makes a big difference. You know, 'cause if it's hard to work with people, then it just makes the job bad and frustrating when you go home and stuff. Yeah. And then something I dislike, I hate painting, especially the black paint. All messy, all dirty.
Yeah.
Gloves doesn't come off your hands. Yeah. that's
Me
the worst.
too.
Okay.
So one thing I don't like, and everything else, I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
You know what's funny? I'm not bullshitting you, man. That was one of my pet peeves for the fucking longest time.
Yeah, and then if you do it on the same day, black paint, then you have to tie it up and you get paint all over yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Especially I never been a fan of painting. I agree with you. What would be on your wish list? If you
My
could have
wish list?
anything.
Well, I think organization is a big thing. You know, 'cause I feel like we lose a lot of time in tools and like things we need to find, or if we don't have everything at the job, and then we have to go get something, and that caused a lot of waiting around. And then something personally, I guess, it'd
Yeah.
be nice as we grow and get bigger to like, maybe get a truck and have everything organized on that truck. That'd be
Okay.
cool.
All right. Well, all of the things that you guys said are awesome. I'm really happy that you guys were brave and you guys told me what you guys were thinking. The good thing is, one thing I've learned is you can't get what you want if you don't ask for it. And so we all have to be kind of a hive mind because we're all in this together. And I think all those things that you guys are asking for, if we continue this, I mean, this is the lean. We're going to become lean thinkers, like I mentioned yesterday. Lean thinking. we're looking for those things, and I can see that you guys see it too, because it causes us issues. But every day, if we take a little bit of step, the 5-second save, you know, to look for something to make that better, to achieve that goal, where however long it takes for us to get organized, get everything set up, get that truck with like individual trucks where everybody's got their own truck and nobody messes with their truck and they got all their stuff, because I know that's something that has to happen. Sure, it's more work, you know, organizing it all goes to the same thing, you know, what we're looking to do with this new process, with this new way of thinking and new way of seeing everything. So now we're going to go back to the 3 S's. So let's sweep, let's clean, let's sort, and let's standardize. So definitely today we can sweep. So let's clean out those trucks, let's organize, let's unload and organize this truck, and let's clean out the Bobcat. You guys decide who does what, and I'll get in my truck and I'll load my trailer, and I'll let you guys do what you got to do. Actually, before we go ahead, let me end this one.